Hey everyone, I'm Laura and welcome to Book Bubbler. I really wasn't sure what I was going to do for the video for today. I thought about doing another partial, maybe like library tour here or I don't know what. But this whole last week I was without my little Roku device, which is a bummer because that's pretty much how I only watch YouTube. But I got it a couple of days early, got it on Saturday night so I could set it up. Much swearing was had, but I have been essentially just binging YouTube videos Sunday, and then I worked this morning, hence my super awesome polo. So like after lunch, then I have been just watching YouTube, and I thought I really liked this tag and I wanted to do this one. So this is the anything but books tag. I don't know who the originator is. I just watched Kazen at always doing her video, her version, which I will link below. I guess the original creator either is gone or the video was taken down, unsure, but please go watch Kazen's. It's wonderful. So here we go. Number one, name a cartoon that you love. I mean, Bob's Burgers comes to mind first of all. It's one of my comfort shows. Like, it always makes me laugh. I have a little Jean Belcher on my keychain. I just love it. I love it. I've always liked cartoons though. Let's see, what else? I mean, Kazen mentioned Animaniacs from the 90s. I was totally into the Animaniacs too. I still have the CD soundtrack. Yeah, really into them. I loved Looney Tunes growing up. Oh my gosh, Scooby-Doo. They were my imaginary friends when I was a kid. I mean, loved Scooby-Doo. I also really like some Family Guy. It's super un-PC, which is totally fine, you know, like it's all right, but like that makes me laugh sometimes and I wish it didn't. American Dad, same thing. I really like Roger on that. And I really like Archer. That's a very not for kids cartoon, but it does make me laugh. I don't know. I really like Pam on that. I really relate to Pam. Not just because she's from Wisconsin either, but yeah, Bob's Burgers is my favorite, I'm sure. It's so heartfelt and they accept everyone for who they are and they tease each other, but it's with love. They all stick up for each other. I mean, it's wonderful. It's really wonderful. Okay, number two, what is your favorite song right now? I mean, are you kidding me? I can't pick this. I'm gonna say two. So the one I've been listening to lately to get myself pumped up, if I'm like really dragging my butt or something, I listen to Daddy Yankees and Su Marco Lista Fuera. I really like that song a lot. I heard it in a Zumba class and I was like, oh, what's this? And then she had a whole bunch of Daddy Yankees. So I have several of those on my like get your stuff together Laura playlist. So that one I've been listening to a lot lately. But one of my all-time favorite songs is George Michael's Freedom 90. I love George. I love him so much. And I just love that version of Freedom. It's so good. I will say I did look at my iTunes library when I was seeing like what my top lists were. And my top 25 or 30 plays on iTunes. When I've had iTunes, this account, mind you, for at least 15 years, if not more, it's like all work music mostly. The first song with lyrics is a Patrick Bruel song, Adieu. And I guess from my French friends, they say that Patrick Bruel is essentially the French version of George Michael, which makes sense. I really like Patrick. And then I've got some Enyas in there. I don't even know what the next English song is. I don't remember. I was just sort of horrified at like the amount of spa music that was all that spa stuff. Anyways, so Freedom 90 / and Su Marco Lista Fuera by Daddy Yankee. Okay, number three, what could you do for hours that is not reading? Oh man, there's a lot of stuff I could do for hours that's not reading. I'm really good at staring out a window and daydreaming. I'm really good at that. Procrastination, aces, like give me a task, I will put it off to the last minute. You bet your bottom dollar. Let's see. What should I do for hours? I really This is dating myself some more. I feel like all I do is date myself constantly. I love putting together playlists and making mix CDs and stuff for like for friends and my mom and my dad and everybody. Like I really, really like it. I could do that for hours, and I have done it for hours. Like I will be up till like 1:30 in the morning putting a mix together and getting it in the right order, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, my eyes hurt. Why do my eyes hurt? Oh my God, I've been doing this for 5 hours. Like, yeah. It was more of an art form when it was all cassettes, but you know, that's all right. That's all right. Okay, number 4. What is something you love to do that your followers would be surprised by? I honestly have no idea. I feel like you guys know me pretty well. I mean, I really don't, I really don't know. Maybe it'll come back to me later on. We'll come back. Number 4, pass. Okay, so number 5, what is your favorite unnecessarily specific thing to learn about? This can do with books, I guess. Okay, unnecessarily specific thing to learn about. Okay, so one thing I like to do is research a place. Like the last few years, it has been exclusively the UK and Ireland, but I like to randomly pick a town or a city, and like say Aberdeen in Scotland. So I will look up Aberdeen, and I will look up like I love Rightmove. I love looking at houses. Like I love Rightmove. It is insane. I had the app on my phone for a long time, but I had to take it off because I was looking at houses in the UK so much that it was like 7 hours a day, and like the biggest chunk of it by far was Rightmove. Like, Laura, take that off. So I like to research places. I like to look for houses, like where I think I could live. I like to look for jobs. I don't apply for anything because I'm not quite over the edge yet, but I'm getting there. But I like to look for jobs, and I like to imagine like where I would get my groceries, and I will go on Google Maps and like try to say like, okay, if I buy this house and it's on this thing, so I would probably not have a car for a while. So what's the bus line like? Okay, so I could get on this bus here. Like I like to do that. Yeah, I really enjoy it. Okay. Number 6. What is something unusual that you know how to do? Did you hear crickets just then? No. Play the viola. That's unusual. I mean, it's not like super weird, but it's not super typical. We're gonna go with that. Okay, number 7. Name something you made in the last year. Show us if you can. I mean, my butt's bigger, but I'm not gonna show you my butt. Something I made in the last year. You know, I never did that whole sourdough bread, frothy coffee, banana bread thing. I didn't do any of that. I didn't bake anything the last year. I don't bake because if I bake, then I eat, and I have enough problems. I don't need that in my life. I want that in my life, but I don't let myself do it. Something you made in the last year. Videos? Let's say videos for here because I don't have any other idea of what I've made. Okay, number 8. What is your most recent personal project? Okay, there's one that I can't talk about quite yet, but I am working on something with Danny at Spinelli Speaks. Other than that, probably organizing my house, trying to really get rid of things, and I like organizing stuff a lot. Number 9, tell us something that you think about often, maybe while staring out the window. Okay, so we've already established I like to think about living other places and different lives, like Sliding Doors, the movie Sliding Doors, and there are probably a dozen other movies that are just like Sliding Doors. But like if I decided, screw it, I'm not coming home after my Europe trip in college, and I just decided to stay in Paris, and like, what would my life be like then? Or what if I didn't ever start working in corporate America? Like, what would I be doing now? And whatever. You know, I do that kind of stuff a lot. Also, if I have been reading a book that's really getting my brain going, getting my imagination going, or I've started a new TV series or something, I think about it a lot, and I put myself like in the action with the characters. So I think about scenarios like that a lot. I make a lot of stories up in my head. Oh boy. Yeah, think about often. I think about my house a lot too. Like, I love my house. This is a very nice house. Thank you. I love you for keeping me safe. But I would like to move eventually to ideally a not this busy street corner, something quieter in the country, maybe Scotland. But I think about the house I would like to have, and where I would put things, and like where I'd put furniture, and like what I would do if like the air conditioning broke, or like how I would, like, that's the kind of stuff I daydream about. It's very strange, I realize. Maybe this is very middle-aged of me. I don't know. So yeah, I think about future houses a lot. Okay, let me go back to see number 4. Something you love to do that your followers would be surprised by. I don't know. I don't think anything. If I find something, I'll ask Danny if she thinks there's anything I do that's weird that people would be like, because I talk to her multiple times a day. She would know. Okay, so number 10, this is the last question. Give us something that is your favorite, but make it something oddly specific. Not like your favorite food, but like your favorite food for when you've been studying for hours and forgot to eat. Something like that. Okay. My favorite thing to do, one of my favorite things to do is to, I'm such a loser, you guys, is to sort through stuff in my house and my brain. Like, okay, when I was a kid, I used to beg my friends if I could clean their rooms. Could I please resort your drawers? And I mean that in like chest of drawers, not like underpants. Please don't, no, okay. But like if they have a walk-in closet or something, like, oh my God, could I please, could like we redo this, please? My friends are always like, no. Or, all right, you weirdo, like, go ahead. Oh, there's stuff over there. Like, and I would be like, all right, thanks. Like, I really genuinely dig that stuff. Groovy man, you dig it? So I really like books. I mean, as always, back to books, of course, about like organizing and decluttering. So these are 4 of my favorites. I mean, this one, I have not really done much action for Marie Kondo just yet, but I do a lot of thinking about it. Of course, the chapter about books made me really angry. I also laughed really hard when she was like, it was like, what, 30 books you're supposed to have? I was like, oh, you are genuinely hilarious. But there's a lot in here that I really like. I like the idea of gathering all like things together and then just doing one big sort, and then you're done with that. And that's it. But it's so mentally taxing and it's so draining to do everything like that. And because it's my own stuff, it's harder. If it's my friend's stuff, like I just said, like with cleaning out their closets and redoing their chest of drawers, dressers, maybe I should say, that sounds less pervy. That I've always loved doing that stuff. And like, I will spend like 6 hours happily. They could go do whatever they want and like, just leave me in your room and I'll be like, I'm good, you know. This is when I was like 7. I mean, so I've always been into this kind of stuff. So this is really inspiring in a lot of ways. And I've made a lot of mental changes because of this, but it hasn't always translated into the physical realm yet. So some might argue that I haven't done anything yet, but I would argue that I kind of have. Okay, so then there's this book. I wasn't quite sure that this would be so much about homes and organizing, but here we are. This is Organize Your Way, Simple Strategies for Every Personality by Katie and Kelly McMenamin. Pixies Did It is their website. I will link to them below. So I won a contest with them for a free consultation for my house, and we did this like over Skype. I think this was, oh, I don't know, 5 years ago, 6, not sure. And then I also won 3 free copies of the book. So I really like this. So why I like this so much, there's these things, there's 4 different kinds of people. There's quiz in here, and Lord, I love a magazine or book quiz. Whoo, love them. That's why BuzzFeed is one of my downfalls. But so you take this quiz, and you get placed wherever you are. So like I am an organic, oh gosh, organic structure, organic something. Where's my little sneak peek here? Organic structure. So it goes through each room in the house, like tips for everybody, like what should be here, what shouldn't be here. And then there's a breakdown for each kind of person, each of the 8 kinds. And it makes so much sense. Like talking to Kelly, I would talk to her on the phone. That was so helpful. I felt so much better about my house just in general, just talking to her. But also, like, I made a lot of really good progress when we checked in again a couple of weeks later. And I really like this. I've given this book to a lot of people, but I really enjoy it. It was very practical and like doesn't talk down to you at all. Like I really like this book. And then she is one of the first people I started watching on YouTube religiously, like 3-4 years ago when she was known as Noni, the Anonymous Slob, but it's Dana K. White. So she's got 2 books. How to Manage Your Home Without Losing Your Mind was her first one, and then this one, Decluttering at the Speed of Life. These 2 are super practical. Like if you have slob vision like I do, like you just don't see the stuff, this is for you. If you were overwhelmed by literally everything in your life and you just can't face it, like you think you might be a hoarder or you are a hoarder, like super practical, non-judgmental, keeping it super, super simple ways to get your house back, get your life in order. Like I have worked these quite a bit off and on, and I have really loved them. Dana's doing more videos these days too, so I will link her channel below. But yeah, really into organizing things. One thing I love watching on YouTube is people like cleaning out their houses and stuff. So specifically, I really like watching master bedroom closet makeovers. I think it's partially because I am just generally a nosy person, and I really like to see how people have their houses decorated or how they're set up, laid out, whatever. I'm really, really into it. So it's partly that, and partly because my closet is so tiny. My house was built in the 1930s. It's like, you know, another 6 inches wider than I am wide. So it's not a big closet. It's just one little bar with 2 shelves on top. That's it. So the whole fact that someone could have like a closet where you could slide a door open and like it's a double wide, like kind of a thing, or you could, walk into it, is like amazing to me. I would kill for a closet like that. So it's partly it's like, oh my God, look at all that space. Oh my God, ooh, look at all those dresses. Like, ooh, are they gonna get rid of this stuff? Like, yeah, I watch a lot of that. So that was a long ramble. I apologize. But that was the Anything But Books tag. This was really fun. I like rambling about this stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me ramble about this stuff. Feel free to do this tag. I'm not going to tag anyone specifically. It's been around for a while, I guess. So if you feel like doing this, please let me know. I would love to watch. And please go check out Kazen's version too. It was really great. Yeah. Also, anyone else know all the countries in the world because of the Animaniacs? I'm sure it's not accurate now, but it was sure accurate then. Okay. All right. I hope you're all doing well and taking care, and I will see you soon. Bye.